I saw the flashes in the dark, colors on the wall.
In this episode, we visit a city you may not have heard of. It's a city where giant oak trees stretch over the roads. A beautiful gem of a city right on the water, where people live for the bay, for the seafood, for the wildlife. A place where people will give you a friendly wave even if they don't know you. And a place where Southern hospitality is still alive and very much a virtue. In a little town called Fairhope, Alabama, located on Mobile Bay, which connects to the Gulf of Mexico. Come with us and explore this unique, wonderful, beautiful city called Fairhope. So here's what our room looks like. With the crazy high sink. I mean, it's a great sink, but look how high this thing is. I mean, you can't really even reach over to do much, but it's a sink. I have to admit, the room was not expensive. I think we're paying something like $40 a night. Living room that is shared. Unfortunately, you have a shared bathroom and a shared kitchen. But for $40, I guess we'll take it.
Where are you?
Good morning. We're in downtown Fairhope. Fairhope is a beautiful town on Mobile Bay. I actually went here in first and second grade. This is where my mom lives. We're just taking off down a little alley and checking out some of the shops.
This food is something that Tiger like.
It's a beautiful home here. Look at these oaks, man. You can probably tell we're completely fascinated by these beautiful, huge oak trees. The green colors on all the limbs are actually ferns. They're just gorgeous, and these neighborhoods are full of them. So to give you an idea, this is what the ferns look like. Isn't that neat? And what a beautiful home. You can see right through the home, and it goes all the way out to the bay. Overlooks the bay. There. So there's an open lot for sale right there if you want to build right on the water. We're just coming down. This is one area of Fairhope with a neighborhood that's up in here that's beautiful. We'll take a walk. I thought we'd walk down this pier. The Spanish moss. I don't know if you've ever seen Spanish moss up close. Here's what it looks like. It's very soft. It gets brittle when it doesn't rain for a long time, but it just takes a little bit of rain and it softens right up. It doesn't eat off the tree. It's not a parasitic plant. It just hangs and it gets its moisture and its nutrients from the air. Only grows in specific areas that has just the right amount of moisture and nutrients. This is so cool. We're on a pier. And look at this crane standing there. You see him, big? And just to give you an idea, places like this, you can see over here these piers that are left over that has not been repaired to put a new pier in, is when a hurricane comes, these get torn out routinely. These are old pilings from the previous pier. This would be a new pier. So yeah, you pay pretty good insurance to be right on the coast because of the hurricanes that come in. Not every year, but pretty close to it. Sometimes you get more than one a year. Sometimes you don't get any in a year. It's hard to say, but you're here long enough, you will get a hurricane. Part of living on the Gulf Coast. So this is Bayview Drive that goes along the bay, but it does give you an idea of what it's like. You got all the locals here coming just to walk the dogs, hang out. So a story that's interesting that I was told, I haven't confirmed it, but I believe it's pretty true, is the mayor of Fairhope. I don't know his name, but he came to California and he walked through a town we have in California on the ocean called Carmel. And he loved the way the flowers were hung in Carmel, baskets of flowers, and just really pretty. He goes, that is what I want to model Fairhope after. I want to model it after Carmel. So I think they've done an amazing job. The downtown is just fantastic. And it's got that feel. It's probably even more so because it's less touristy. Okay, everybody, we're at the pier. This is a public pier that everybody gets to use for fishing, strolling, cruising around. Let me show you here. This pier has been repaired a couple times from hurricanes, but they eventually put it in as concrete, and I think that holds a lot better. This is a great pier. We're going to walk out across it. So you can see the pier behind us here. When I went to school here as a wee little kid, first and second grade, this pier was actually wooden, but it was free for everybody, and we would go out and fish many times with friends. So it brings back a lot of memories. But they've made this place beautiful. It's just gorgeous. And this little building halfway down the pier, or partway down the pier, is a restaurant. And if you look straight across the bay, that's Mobile Bay, straight across, that is the city of Mobile. You can see some of the taller buildings over there. So to me, the seafood in the Gulf of Mexico is the best seafood I've had in the world, including, Asia, across Asia. Wonderful seafood, gigantic shrimp, but the flavor is not as good. And certainly the Pacific coast where we live, the seafood's just not as good as the Gulf. I don't know why, but the food here is fabulous. Mobile Bay attaches to the Gulf of Mexico, so this is a brackish water, and it's got a mixture of just about every kind of sea life you can think of here. And I'll have to tell you about Jubilees. Jubilees only happen in two places in the world. One in Japan, somewhere in Japan, and the other is right here in Fairhope on Mobile Bay. And it usually happens somewhere along this stretch of beach right here. It's not predictable. It's something that can't be planned. You may have some indications it's going to happen, but when it happens, it's an amazing feat. A jubilee. It's just so peaceful out here. That's why people come here and just walk it. Now, you're allowed to fish off the side anywhere up here, and I'm sure there'll be somebody fishing. Yeah, it's all about the water and the seafood and the wildlife around here. You guys catch anything?
Couple catfish, that's about it.
Good ones? Oh, yeah. Well, those are good eating.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Fantastic, man. So we are at the end of the pier, and you saw the fish. They're called hardheads. So it's a type of saltwater catfish.
Maybe we together.
Maybe we see together.
Maybe we will see an
And
alligator
put your finger one finger.
and have your finger bitten off. Okay, that sounds like a good YouTube thing. We drove around some of the neighborhoods down near the bay just to show some of the oak trees and some of the beautiful homes that are down in this area. Some of the homes that overlook the bay that we get the sunsets every night were just spectacular. And these oaks, just look at them. They're just beautiful.
Just see the tree.
With wonderful trees in Fairhope. Okay, we're getting here just in time for the sunset. There we go.
You feel like summer days to me, warm tender sun rays. I hope that we are meant to be. You say nothing at all when we meet, yet somehow I know your history. Oh, come.